You may know funny man Steve Carell from The Office, but before his A-list career in Hollywood, you probably don't know that he studied and performed improv for nearly a decade at the Second City Training Center in Chicago. Second City is notorious for shaping many famous stars over the years, like John Belushi, Chris Farley, Amy Sedaris, Tina Fey, and Stephen Colbert. Each mastered the art of improvisation, or improv, a comedic live theater that's made up on the spot. This means no one skit or dialogue is ever exactly the same. For most people, the idea of exposing themselves to this kind of vulnerability feels unnerving. There are no lines to memorize, no script to lean on, just you, a stage, and an audience waiting to see what happens next. The unpredictability of it all is what makes many shy away, but for comedian Max Dickins, that same unpredictability is what draws him to the stage.
Things come out of you when you're improvising that are not filtered through the intellect. So you're genuinely surprised by what you say when you're on stage. And it's a feeling of, oh gosh, I had no idea I knew that word. I had no idea I have that opinion. I had no idea that I can play this character. It's a feeling of accessing part of yourself that is unreachable off stage.
Dickins is a London-based comedian, improvisation expert, and author of Improvise, Use the Secrets of Improv to Achieve Extraordinary Results at Work. He believes that improv is a valuable skill that everyone should try to cultivate.
It's just pure connection with somebody else, because there is no script. Obviously, it's just you and them in the moment with an audience in front of you. You've only got each other, and you have to rely on each other, and through them, through how they react in unexpected ways, you get to access part of yourself, ideas, skills that you didn't know you had. And so that is the real thrill of it, is finding parts of you that you don't normally get to express. And it's a real freedom up there, I think.
Everyone, to some extent, naturally improvises throughout an average day. Anytime you think on your feet, lead a conversation, adjust to an evolving situation, or quickly answer an unexpected question, you're practicing the art of improv. One skill that Dickins wanted to build through improv? His confidence. Go back 10 years, and he was a touring stand-up comedian who wanted to feel more confident in all areas of his life.
I was on the stand-up comedy circuit in the UK at the time, because I was a professional for 7 or 8 years, and I wanted to get into improv to learn some skills to get better at crowd work, basically, to get better off the cuff so I could host clubs and things like that and improve my career in that point of view. But the second reason was I felt that when I was on stage doing these gigs, I was in control in a way, because I had my material, I was the only one in the spotlight, I had a microphone in my hand, I was in control, and I was confident that 20 minutes every night I went up there. But then off stage, I didn't feel I had that same level of confidence. And so what I wanted was to find that confidence in some way, and improv was my way into that.
Improv comedy is really one of a kind. A skit can lead down an unexpected path depending on the group dynamic. But what makes a show stand apart from all the others? Most people would assume that in order to be good at improv, you have to be extremely funny, witty, extroverted, and charismatic. However, Dickins says the most fundamental starting element is not what you'd think.
They listen incredibly well, and I call it listening with intent. So it's intent to actually show up and really listen, because often we're not listening really well. How often when you listen are you stuck in your head thinking about what you're going to say next? You're not listening, you're waiting to respond. So it's intending to listen, and then with the intent of using what you hear. So improvisers talk about the willingness to be changed. That's what listening is. I'm changed by the other person. So it all starts with listening as the fundamental basis. A lot of people think improv's about talking and being funny and clever and being really quick. And maybe there's an element of that, but you cannot respond to the other person. You cannot respond to the moment without listening really well.
Another important part of improv is learning how to share the spotlight, because it's really a team effort. Think of it like a work meeting. You've got different personalities, different roles, and sometimes the best thing you can do isn't to take charge, but to step back and make space for others. Being aware of this dynamic not only helps the group work better together, but also leaves a great impression on the people around you. The art form also offers a welcome break from the usual to-dos of daily life. There's something about slipping into a character that isn't you, shaped by your quirks and your instincts, that makes the experience feel fun, personal, and surprising. It's in those unscripted moments with others that new ideas, connections, and perspectives can take shape.
Performance. People think of performance and they think, oh, that's for the stage. But I think we perform in life a lot as well. We do play characters. It's not just a metaphor like Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. But I'm just thinking about how often we respond to others in character that we're stuck in roles. And what improv's great at is giving you awareness of what your triggers are, what your buttons are, and your go-to habits in response to these buttons, so that you have more choice of playing different characters, different roles in different contexts. Because like you put yourself, that character is not suitable for every context. But even in regular relationships, maybe it's with one person at work, or, I don't know, if you're having a tough time with your boyfriend, girlfriend, it's because we get trapped in these ways of being, trapped in roles we play with that person, and it gets us into trouble. And we can throw away that old script and trust ourselves to improvise and relate in that moment. We'll get a much better result.
Improv's impact has grown far beyond the stage. Today, many Fortune 500 companies continue to use improv for team-building workshops and brainstorming sessions. It's also a way for employees to build soft skills and have fun by trying something new. Dickins, a founding member of London's Hoopla Improv Company, talks about these collaborations.
If you think what communication is, in a nutshell, it's an improvisational act. It's completely unscripted. You don't know what I'm going to say, or my feelings, my thoughts, my knowledge around a thing, and vice versa. I don't know what you feel, think, or know around a thing, and we're feeling our way, and it's like a dance, right? It's going to be give and take. We're going to stumble. We can make that part of the dance. There's probably going to be moments of choreography, but there's going to be moments where we just follow what's there in the moment. That's what real connection is. That's what great conversations are. And you can have that with people you manage. You can have that with your clients and your customers. You can have that with your spouse and your friends. And improv is like yoga for your soft skills. So if yoga makes your body more flexible, then improv makes your communication more agile.
And this kind of adaptive listening isn't just useful in a boardroom. It's something anyone in any field can practice. Whether it's at home with family, out with friends, or in everyday conversations with strangers, the same skills that can make improv click on stage can make your interactions feel more genuine and connected. To find out more about Max Dickins and the art of improvisation, check out his book, Improvise. Use the secrets of improv to achieve extraordinary results at work. You can also find more resources and links to this topic and archives of all our past shows at viewpointsradio.org. To get more behind the scenes and support our show, follow us at Viewpoints Radio on Instagram, X, and Facebook. This segment was written by our executive producer, Amira Zaveri. Our studio manager is Jason Dickey. I'm Gary Price.